Oh, I don't know if you guys can hear me, so maybe I'll delete this. And I know I said I'll be going live later this week, which I will be because I'll be driving up to Utah and it's a 12. But it's been a while since I showed my face on here. Posting's been a little bit infrequent. Stories have been a little bit more frequent because it's cheap and dirty and easy to do. But I'm on a walk because I was trying to get through some stuff. I was trying to work through some stuff. And my brain's just loud. It just wouldn't calm down enough for me to get into a flow state where I could actually work through things. So, figured, show my face on here, hop on here, and just kind of give an update for me. It's been a few weeks, close to a month. It's been a little weird. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of good things, a lot of really good things, a lot of really bad things. But that's life. And the reality is, like, as I walk through my neighborhood on a beautiful California day and have my health back, because I was sick there for a little bit, about a week. I was reminded of kind of like the ease of falling into bitching and complaining. And as of late, I found myself quite melancholy, a little bit listless, a little bit harder on myself, a little bit harder on the people that are around me. And a lot of it came from me falling prey into the trap of instantaneization of, urgency, which, urgency is necessary for you to achieve pretty much anything, but you have to exercise quite a bit of patience at the same time. And sometimes they get conflated, urgency and patience, and you end up wishing you were further ahead than you currently are. And I found myself in that state, and unfortunately, some of you may know I was planning to do a bodybuilding show, and I was going to do it with my buddy Matt, and it was going to be cool, and I was excited. We had a coach, and it was great, and had some things fall out unexpected, and so I had to back out. That kind of sucked, and that hit me pretty hard. And then had a couple of business blunders that kind of fell through, which kind of hit me hard. And then I had some personal shit come up, and just a lot of ups and downs, and I found myself being a dumbass, honestly, and playing victim, being like, oh, woe is me. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I shouldn't be trying this, that, or the other. Is the way it always works, right? And so my whole thing is I'm stubborn, right? Like, if you ask anybody, probably my greatest strength and weakness is I'm stubborn. What I mean by that is, like, I don't quit easy. So, like, persistence is kind of like my number one thing. Like, I don't quit. Better or worse, but you lay the bricks and you do the things. And so even in my state of melancholy, all the ups and downs, all the problems, all the issues, whatever, I still ended up in a place where I'm happy and I'm grateful, because I'm in a state and a place, not physical state, but a mental state, an emotional state, financial state, business state, intellectual space, spiritual space, that I would have fucking killed for 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. And it's just the reality and the realization that despite all of these challenges and all of these things, I mean, they're self-manufactured, right? They're not fucking, they don't come out of nowhere. Those are really pretty flowers. They got red tulips. They're fucking pretty. They're self-manufactured. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times, when we look at our life, the victim mindset of what society does today and the way people see things today is they play this game of like, oh, I don't know how this happened. Why me? How is this even possible? How did this come to be? How could this come to pass? And motherfucker, you know, You may not want to accept it. You may not want to admit it, but you fucking know. Like me, like, I was bodybuilding. I got sick. Why'd I get sick? Because I was putting strain on my body. But I was burning the candle on both ends. Like, I was doing business, stressing myself with bodybuilding. I was doing a bunch of other stuff. You know, right? And, like, I was getting frustrated because I know what I did. I know what I was setting out to do. And I realized when I was sitting there trying to think and trying to get my shit back on track and trying to figure out what the fuck I wanted to do, get my mind working. Hey, you know it, rugged and relentless, baby. I was trying to get my shit together and I realized I need to take a walk. I'm fucking stuck. I need to take a walk. So I took a walk. Here I am. But the reality is, with everything going on last month, ups and downs and this and that, and there, like I said, there's a lot of good things that have been going on too, but there's been a large majority of bad shit. And I got stuck. I got melancholy. I got listless. I got fucking problematic. And I just stopped being grateful. I stopped realizing fucking sun is shining, grass is growing, it's fucking spring, almost summer. Fucking, I have my health back after a week. Like, it's easy to fall prey to society because there's 100 motherfuckers out there waiting to tell you it's okay, waiting to tell you poor baby, waiting to let you play victim, waiting to validate your excuses, waiting to tell you everything's going to be okay, it's not that bad. The reality is, maybe it is that bad. Maybe it isn't okay. Maybe your shit sucks right now in this moment. But you also own all of that. Like, you don't, everything that led up to that. Maybe it was 25 choices back, or maybe it was this last one choice. Like, you got fucked up drunk last night, and now you're woe is me because you're hungover, which I was watching my neighbor clean out their car today because their buddy puked in their car, so that was fucking funny. But I'm tired personally, as a coach, as a friend, as a confidant, as someone who is sought out as for counsel. I am tired of people just lacking gratitude. Drives me fucking nuts. And I'm not talking about like the one-off, like right now, like it's a one-off for me to not be grateful, to get stuck in a rut, to feel that way. I'm talking about people that literally can't see grace in anything. And it is society today. That's what they want you to think is okay, and it's fucking not. It's not. It's not okay to not see the beauty in your life. It's not okay to not add value to your friends. It's not okay to be a chump and not an asset to the people that care about you. It's not okay to try and develop yourself and get to a point where you're exercising your potential. It's not fucking okay, because it's a fucking slap in the face of every single fucking person that enjoys your company. It's a slap in the face for every single fucking person that cares for you, that expects a lot out of you. Why? Because it's hard? Because you're tired? Because shit isn't going your way? Well, motherfucker, that's the way it goes sometimes. When you risk, it's risk. It goes one way or the other. And like I said, my issues are fucking self-manufactured. I made my choices and they played out the way they played out. Now, I did everything I could to mitigate those risks as best I could, but the chips fall where they fall. And I, for one, went to my counsel and said, listen, this is where I'm at. This is some fucked up shit. And they listened. And they listened sometimes at length, depending on the state that I was in at that time. And I was lucky enough and afforded the blessing enough to have people go, yeah, so what's next? My friends let me vent because they know that's how I process. I'm not saying you don't get to vent. What I do say is that if you're going to vent, be ready for asking for solutions. Start seeking solutions. Start seeking the next step. And I personally am tired of the statement, you just don't understand. You just don't understand. Yeah, everybody fucking understands. Everybody understands. Everybody understands every single one of everyone else's fucking problems. Because we're all fucking human. We've all fucking been there. We've all had to deal with it. We've all had ups and downs. We may not know exactly your particular fucking situation, your particular minute details. We may not know the minutia of what the fuck is going on. But we're fucking human. So we know and understand what it's like to be human. We know what the human condition feels like. We know the human emotional construct. So we fucking understand. What we don't understand, and what most people don't understand, is just sitting there and wallowing. Just wallowing. Nobody understands wallowing. Yet there's a lot of people in today's society that believe it's okay to just fuck off the glorious responsibility you have to the people closest to you, to step up for them, to be there for them, to become the asset that you know and they know you to be. Why? Because they don't understand. Nobody knows the pain you're going through. Millions and billions of years of fucking human evolution, human creation, God himself. Nobody knows exactly what you're going through. It's a cop-out. It's a fucking cop-out. And I'm personally tired of hearing it. Because what you're effectively saying is that the person you're talking to, who you care enough about to go and share those things with and talk with and say, these are my problems, could you help me? You're either A, thinking they're too stupid to help you, or B, that they're inhuman and they don't know basic emotional constructs. And it's just fucking wrong. Stop talking to people. Go wallow at home. Be by yourself. Because you're not adding value to anybody. Everybody's relationships are reciprocal. You know, if you're gonna help each other, you have to be grateful for the support that they bring you, and you have to add support to the people that are supporting you. That's how relationships work. That's how life works. And so, as I'm out here and I'm walking, and I didn't expect this to go into a rant, so I apologize. Well, actually, I don't apologize because, you know what? Fuck it. It's my feed. Get off if you don't like it. Man, I'm spiky today. Fuck. So, you know, everybody understands. If you have people that care for you, do yourself a favor, do them a favor, and lean into them. Lean into them. Let them be of value. They're looking to add value in some way. And maybe that value is helping you. But also be willing to reciprocate that value by taking their counsel and taking the next step and growing and building and becoming more. Because stagnation is a slap in everybody's face. That's just my personal opinion. And so, like, my biggest thing is, oh, hey, bud. How you doing?
Good.
Hi, bud. Excuse me. So like the biggest thing is, like, if you're sitting at home and you're going through trouble and you're going through shit, and you just sit there and you go and you talk to every one of your friends, right? You go and talk to this friend and that friend, and you're like, I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do. I don't know how to handle this. How do I handle this? And you get all of their opinions. At what point do you discern what works and what doesn't and actually go implement? Or do you just round robin and go and fucking yell at everybody about how your life sucks? Because eventually you're going to start calling people to get that fucking conversation, and they're going to stop picking up the fucking phone. So, digressing back to what I originally set out to fucking talk about, which is gratitude. A happy topic. Grateful for that. That was cool. Little dog. I have a really cool little forest near my house I like walking in. I'm grateful for the people around me, because I did reach out. I did go through some bullshit, and have been, and it's been ups and downs and this, that, and the other. And like I was saying earlier, like, it's manufactured trouble. What I mean by that is, like, I could easily, and most people are in this state, you could easily just sit back and let things unfold and you won't have any problems, right? Set yourself up. You might have things come up here and there. You might have problems come up here and there, but they're not going to be like fucking insane, right? You might have a bill that's late. right? And I'm not talking about there's always exceptions to everything, but I mean, there's a general rule. If you're not trying to grow, then you're not going to have risk. You're not going to have failure points. You're not going to have to worry about shit happening that's going to fucking kick you in the fucking teeth and drag you through the fucking mud. It's just not going to happen. And the only caveat I would say to that is who you surround yourself with, because if you surround yourself with shitty people, they might do that to you. Because I grew up in a really fucking shitty environment as a kid and going through it, and I watched the shittiest scum of human fuck people over a lot. And so I know they can really fuck each other over. But as long as you discern your counsel and keep close who you have around you, if you're not trying to build anything or do anything of great stature, you're not going to really run into massive fucking problems. And so when I say it's manufacturers, like, I'm trying to elevate myself. I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to communicate on a different level. I'm trying to squeeze every fucking drop out of this mortal coil that I can. That means some shit is gonna fucking fall apart. And I'm gonna fucking crash, hit a fucking tree, fucking stumble and fall. That's just what it is. And so it's one of those things where I am so grateful for the people around me, because I don't have people around me that are sociopaths. They always understand. But more than that, they're always there to pick me up, dust me off, and say, what's the new heading? Where are we going? What's the next step? How do we think bigger? How do we build bigger? And I really encourage you guys to seek the grace and the gratitude in that, and the people that you're around, the people that really want to see you grow and thrive. And it's been no small feat for me to build that. Like I said, I grew up with some of the worst fucking people. Drug dealers, pimps, fucking gangbangers. Like, that's just what I knew. That's what we all knew. And I watched people that I cared about very much getting fucked over and hurt. And I had to cut a lot of people out. I don't talk to a single fucking person from my mid-20s and earlier, except for my parents. Not a single one. That's it. That's by design. That was a decision point that I had to make. I had to make sure that the people that I was around supported where I wanted to go, not some weird loyalty to people who treated me like shit and disrespected me. And so, as I go through the hurdles and the ups and the downs and the problems that I've manufactured for myself, either through choosing to expand myself, I can't help but feel very grateful today. And it doesn't help that I have this amazing, I don't know, can you turn? Yeah. This is what I get to fucking enjoy. So, I mean, how do you walk through this? Despite all the problems, despite everything that happens, have good people behind you that want to see you win. And even if it's this mud that you're getting dragged through, how do you not enjoy it? I mean, the alternative is just quit, right? The alternative is you're dead. And I'm not ready. Sorry, I had to take a pause because I slipped. I'm not ready to be done. In my opinion, he's not ready for me to be done. And that's kind of that big announcement that I'm going to save for later. On Wednesday, that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on what I believe he is pointing me to, what he wants me to be. And that's in part why it's such a fucking struggle, is because the person that I have to become to do the things that I believe he seeks of me, it's hammer to anvil, man. And it's chaotic and it's stressful and it's destructive to create. It is destructive to create. And anybody that tells you otherwise has never created. a man must unmake himself to become that which he should strive to be. And I think I think it sets yourself in gratitude. It doesn't matter if it's in the morning or in the evening after a shitty day where you beat yourself up all day. Find the moment to take a breath. Take a fucking breath. Because the reality is it's gone like that. It's gone like that. And it can be taken and given. But if you live every day as if it's just this moment, it's hard not to be grateful for it. It's really hard. Like, somebody was singing a song earlier. If you can deal with my anecdote real quick. Somebody was singing a song earlier. And one of the lines was, my heart sunk so deep, I couldn't pull myself out of it. And I don't know, they were a random fucking person. They asked me if I've ever felt that. Or is that something that comes up a lot? And I believe it was because they were reaching out and they are going through something in their heart. And I said, you know what? Not so much. My heart doesn't sink like that. It sunk like that once upon a time, but it's been a long time. My heart doesn't sink like that because even at its lowest, it's aloft. It's floating. Because anything that would drag me down that far, I know is gonna bounce me back a little bit more, stronger, better placement, whatever the hell it is. And so even in my most melancholy, I wouldn't say my heart sinks. It's just not something my heart does. And I think I'm walking through this because I'm sure there's somebody out there that's going through something. I think my heart is separate from depression and my mind, because I believe depression exists in the mind, not in the heart. And I've felt depressed. I have. I've felt sad. I felt suicidal. I've gone through that. PTSD, dark times, whatever. But I've never felt it in my heart. And I know there's some people that do. But for me, my depression's always been in the mind. It's never been in my heart. And I think that's where I get my strength. That a lot of people, I think, suffer from, is they live too much here, not enough here. And that's one of the things that I believe gratitude has always come easy to me for, is because I always live here. And I know this may sound a little hippie, but the reality is, there's a real mysticism to the world. There's an energy to the world. And the more you use this, the farther you are from it. The more disconnected you get from all of this. Right? But the more you use this, the more in tune you get to everything else, the more connected you get to the world around you, the more connected you get to the people that you love and care for you. So, I'll end it with that. Don't be a shit. Add value to your friends. Develop yourself into an asset. Reciprocate their love for you by loving yourself. Live more with your heart, less with your mind. And don't let anybody rush you. Realize that most of our problems are manufactured by ourselves. And there's no timetable on it. But you got to balance out macro peace and patience with urgency. And creation is destructive. So when you're getting dragged through the mud, just know you're creating something bigger. And I hope you guys have a blessed Sunday. I'm going to rejoin nature here because I've been on this phone this whole time. And I appreciate everybody that talked. I really appreciate the kind words that you guys shared. And I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you guys have a great Sunday.